live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson. It's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm David Rice, inviting you to join Bart and his guests. From Henry Ford Jackson Rehab Services, speech-language pathologists Kristen Bonetto and Mallory Crabtree. The Jackson YMCA topping out ceremony with Shauna Tello. For the Michigan Center Eagle Fest, Dave Zemer and Cynthia Barton Spencer. Grass Lake Realtors, Blake Wyant and Ruby Johnson. And golf stretching exercises with from Palmer Family Chiropractic, Dr. James Palmer. And now, here's Bart.
Why, thank you very much, David Rice, and good afternoon, everyone, and happy new month. Happy 4th of July week, and thanks for tuning in on this beautiful July 2nd, Tuesday afternoon, and a perfect 76 degrees right now in Jackson. The rest of the day, beautiful, high near 80. Breezy today. Tomorrow, a chance of showers. Thunderstorms also possible. High on Wednesday, 83 for the 4th of July. A slight chance of showers in the morning, but then becoming partly sunny and very 4th of July-ish with a high of 85. Friday, we'll see showers, maybe even a thunderstorm, high 81. But that's the only really bad day. Saturday and Sunday should be beautiful for this holiday weekend. Both days, sunshine. Saturday's high, 76. Sunday's high, 83. That's our 4th of July weather forecast from Kelly Express, your 4th of July holiday weekend headquarters. Stock up on all your picnic party and travel supplies. Gas up on quality mobile gas. And if you're looking for a great place for some ice cream treats in the evening or anytime, visit the galley in Napoleon at Kelly Express, where they've got Michigan's Ashby ice cream, about 16 or so flavors. They've got soft serve, they've got sundaes, splits, and more at Kelly Express. And a great pizza. Give yourself a break from cooking in these hot summer days by picking up a pair of 2-item pizzas at Kelly Express for just $25.99, South Street, Jefferson Road, Napoleon, Grass Lake, and County Farm Road. Let's take a look outside. Food Truck Tuesday underway, and the bulk of the audience in the Food Truck Tuesday, about 11:45 to 1 o'clock. But just below camera level, there are picnic tables set up all throughout the park, and they are stocked with diners. The Food Truck Tuesday, huge success again this year, and we've been really lucky that we've had some gorgeous Food Truck Tuesday weather and extended hours this year. Food Truck Tuesdays start at 11 and go until 3. So there's still time for you to head downtown and choose from about a dozen food trucks that are throughout the park. Enjoy entertainment and more. Food Truck Tuesday, more photos from JTV's Jeff Steers online at jtv.tv. Today is July 2nd, 2024. It is I Forgot Day. I forgot what else there was to celebrate today, because today is I Forgot Day. Did you remember, Brandon?
I forgot to say I'm grateful to be back at work after being gone.
Last week Brandon was on vacation. Did you have a nice vacation?
I did. Spent a lot of time with my son. Yeah.
Go anywhere? Do anything?
I went to like water parks and stuff like that. Yeah. But that was plenty for an 8-year-old. He was good with.
Nice. Any incidents?
Michigan. Not that I can't say on TV.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
We missed you. Lucas and Adam did a great job.
It's right here. Yes.
They're no Brandon. Yep. It's Made in the USA Day. Special recreation for the Disabled Day, World Sports Journalist Day, and World UFO Day. On this day in 1937, American aviator Amelia Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan are heard from for the last time. We haven't heard from them since. Noonan. They were trying to make their first around-the-world flight, and we never heard from them. This was their last transmission, and they disappeared. On this day in 1900, the Zeppelin took off for the first time. The rigid aircraft, a dirigible, was named after Count Ferdinand von Zeppelin. I never knew that. That's how it got its name. So it made its flight over Lake Constance in Germany. Zeppelins had the fabric stretched over a rigid framework, and they filled it with I don't know, helium maybe, hydrogen, nitrogen, I don't know, something highly flammable. On this day in 1843, continuing our aviation trend on historical dates, an alligator fell out of the sky in Charleston, South Carolina during a thunderstorm. True story, we have no pictures because there were no pictures back in 1843. But it is believed that the strange incident occurred when a waterspout sucked the alligator up into the air and then dropped it on Charleston. True story. The first PG movie came out in the summer of 1984. It was on this day in 84 that the Motion Picture Association of America added the PG-13 rating. They used to have, it was G, then there was PG, no, R, M, then R, then X. They dropped the M, and that became PG-13. Brandon, here's a trivia question for you that could pay $1 million. What was the first PG-13 movie ever?
You said could or will pay $1 million.
If you get the right answer.
I ain't gonna get the right answer. 84, yeah. PG-13. I would say Gremlins.
No, it was Red Dawn, starring Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen. Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen. That would be a great movie.
What made it PG-13?
Oh, there was sex and violence.
Stuff. Yeah.
I'm sure, and swear words.
I like the NR movies they used to have, not rated.
NR.
But
yeah.
they should have been rated when they're NR. They just say not rated.
They're not rated because they're so bad. It's like the ratings board, they can't even look at them. It's like we're not rating it NR.
Yeah.
And it was on this day in 1979, the first personal stereo cassette player debuted for sale. Do you remember what it was called?
That's the year I was born. Sony.
1979, the Sony Walkman.
Yeah, the Sony
Yes.
Walkman. Yeah.
The Sony Walkman, and it sparked a revolution in personal electronics. The people at Sony, the chairman of Sony, thought this was going to be a big hit. And the people at Sony said, you know what, no one's going to buy it because it doesn't record. It just plays cassette tapes. And they were wrong, and he was right. And the rest is history. And on this day in 1964, President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act into law, 1964. Now on to Today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson. Still a couple more hours of Food Truck Tuesday here at Horace Blackman Park. We've got Aggie's Bike Night in Napoleon. Slim Nichols performing tonight from 6 till 9. The Kiwanis Kids film series Sonic 2 this week. And because of the holiday, movies just today and Wednesday, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Michigan Theater. The Jackson Police Department and Jackson Fire Department are doing their second annual blood drive. It's happening at the Commonwealth Commerce Center until 5:15 this afternoon. There's an event page on Facebook where you can sign in, and they'd love to see you. And we have Rock Roll Stroll Jackson, and I believe this will be the first perfect weather night for this series of walks, runs, and strolls through the parks. Tonight's walk, roll, and stroll is happening at Ellis Sharp Park. Meet at the soccer fields. and you'll have a nice 3-mile non-competitive event brought to you by the City of Jackson Rec Department and ARP Michigan. And that's it for Today in the J, presented by Experience Jackson. Over the weekend, we had a handful of events. Late last week, the Jackson YMCA held a topping out ceremony as they celebrate another milestone in the construction of the new Y. We'll hear more about what the topping out ceremony is all about a little bit later in today's show with Sean Otello, and you can see photos from JTV's Sarah Scaife online at jtv.tv. You'll hear the story of the evergreen and the American flag. We also on, let's see, I think it was Thursday, maybe it was Friday, I think it was Thursday, the Jackson Public Schools Food Service Taher held their annual summer barbecue. It was at Loomis Park, and a great turnout for a free barbecue lunch with all the trimmings presented by the Taher Food Service, Jackson Public Schools food vendor, and hot dogs, watermelon, chips, and more, plus lawn games at Loomis Park. Park looks great. I went by the other day with someone who had not seen it since the rebuild, and they couldn't believe it. It's awesome. And more work continuing on the Booze Center, and soon we'll have a beautiful new Loomis Park. Also, this past weekend, we had the Sand Hill Crane Vineyards Summer Solstice, and photos from the backyard barbecue by JPS and the Summer Solstice at Sand Hill Crane Vineyards by JTV's Henry Black. Despite the humidity and the winds and the threat of storms, a great turnout at the second annual Sand Hill Cranes Summer Solstice. It's an art and music festival, and they had a lot of local and regional artists and musicians display their wares and perform, while everyone got to enjoy Sand Hill Crane wines, beers, food, and refreshments. Thanks to everyone at Sand Hill Crane for another great event. They are, I think they're closed today. They needed a couple days to recover. Vic McDermott performing. We had news last night, I'm sharing today, the Jackson College Jets Air Station is going to open to the public on Monday. And starting Monday, and every day, they're open 7 days a week, where they will have set up for you games. You can come on out and experience the brand new inflatable air dome, providing more space for college athletics, student and community workouts, and public events. Inside the air station, a rubberized floor. It has 4 basketball courts, 4 volleyball courts, 6 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, and there's a marked walking track surrounding the perimeter of the athletic courts. The starting setup will include 1 tennis court, 1 volleyball court, a basketball court, and a pickleball court. Now they can change that up based on usage. If all of a sudden there's a million more pickleballers, then they can rearrange it on the flip of a dime and provide more pickleball, for example. But they will make those adjustments as time goes on. The hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Very cool. So it's unbelievable. I got to see it at the ribbon cutting, and it's huge, it's amazing, and you should check it out. Starting Monday. We have a great show today, and we're glad you're with us. We've got a lineup of wonderful guests. Oh, our sponsor today I want to mention first. Today, thank you to Jackson Economy Storage, our sponsor of the day. They have a beautiful facility that's safe and secure, and that's the place you have things you want to store temporarily, Jackson Economy Storage. Today, a great lineup of guests standing by in the County National Bank Green Room. First up today from Henry Ford Jackson Rehab Services. We have speech pathologist Kristen Beneteau and Mallory Crabtree, and we'll hear about all the services that they offer to our community. As I mentioned a few moments ago, Sean Otello will be telling us more about the topping out ceremony. We will take you there, Friday's event. The Michigan Center Eagles are getting ready for their Eagle Fest, and we have Dave Zemer and Cynthia Barton Spencer here with details on that. Realtors Blake Wyant and Ruby Johnson have teamed up. They're a partnership now with Reinhardt Realtors, and they're having great success, mostly in the Grass Lake area. And today, Dr. James Palmer will share some stretching and warming up exercises for golfers with Andy at the Cascades Golf Course. All this here today on JTV. Thanks for starting the month of July with us. And we get started right after this.